there's nothing more quintessentially British than a picnic, and no picnic is complete without the trusted favourite, the pork pie. However, I've sadly forgotten to pack one in my hamper, but luckily I know just the place. Nestled in the heart of rural Leicestershire, the bustling market town of Melton Mowbray is renowned for its distinctive, traditionally cooked pork pies, and the area is fondly known as the pork pie belt. The English technique of turning pig meat into pork pies is thought to date back to Roman times, but the earliest recorded recipe for a pork pie is from the 14th century. However, it was during the 1800s that the pie really came into its own in Melton Mowbray, as convenience food that the Leicestershire huntsmen could carry in their saddlebags. Quite literally, a portable meal. Over 3 million pork pies are made in the Melton Mowbray area each year, and these are all made by just 5 companies, of which this place is the oldest and most famous. It's been popping out pies since 1851, and turns out, wait for this, an incredible 4,000 a week. So Stephen, what makes an authentic Melton Mowbray pork pie?
3 things. The meat should be fresh, British, uncured pork.
Uncured.
The pie should be baked with no support, no tin or hoop, so it bulges out during baking. And thirdly, they should be made and baked within the Melton Mowbray area here.
Fine. I have to say that it's my dad's favourite food, so you better come and show me.
See how it's done.
Okay, come on. Time to get my hands dirty with master baker Tony, who's been making pork pies every day for the past 11 years. And where better to start than the pastry?
The big stuff. Who do you think you are?
That's it, ready?
That's it, ready. Now we take it out.
It's still hot, isn't it?
The bowl's still warm,
Yeah.
so we still have to be quite careful. Okay, the next step is to scale it out.
Right.
It's actually an 8-ounce billet, so it's 8 ounces of pastry, 8 ounces of meat to make a pound pie.
I see.
So we scale it at a pound, tear it in half, and then mould the pastry round, and you should have 2 equal size billets.
Let's see if I can keep up. So what time do you start in the morning?
We start about between 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock, depending on what day of the week it is.
When you start working here, do you have to have a confidentiality agreement signed so you couldn't run off with the recipe? Because you ain't going to tell me, are you, where you make it?
No, it is actually written into the contract not to sort of divulge the recipes.
So you ain't going to tell me, are you?
I'm not going to tell you a thing, no.
The meat mix for traditional Melton Mowbray pork pies is vital. It's all fresh, uncured pork, which gives a distinctive flavour, as opposed to cured pork used in many a lesser pie. Right, Tony, so here we go again.
Yeah, we're scaling again.
Scaling again.
Looking back on the track for a little greenback.
Right, so I've only ever seen pork pies made in tins, never ever.
Well, traditionally, Melton Mowbray pies would have been hand raised and they're baked with no support. They're not baked in tins or hoops. We take the dolly, and I don't know why it's called a dolly.
Okay.
In the middle.
That question, isn't it?
In the middle.
Yep.
We press down, the pastry starts to come up, you stop, using the palms of the hands, up comes the pastry around the outside, hence the expression, a hand-raised pie. Yeah, well, it's quite unique, that one, but it's coming up. Yeah.
We're getting there, aren't we?
We are.
We
could do with it being a little bit more even, look. You can, as you look, you can feel it where it's thick or
You're
thin.
like my college lecturer.
And keep it the right, there we go. So, okay, now it's time to take the case off. Lift up with the right hand, thumb in there, and it'll just sort of come off.
Okay.
In with the meat.
This is the bit I like. Squeeze it together.
Yeah, squeeze nice tight, and then throw it in. Good shot.
Years ago, it was thrown away, wasn't it? The pastry was only used as a protective sort of coat, really.
Absolutely right. Pork was only bred during the summer months, eaten during autumn and winter. And the staple diet for the peasants out in the fields was a lump of pork wrapped up in pastry, baked in an open fire. The pastry would be charred, blackened, and that would be discarded, and they'd just eat the meat inside.
And thrown away. Would I get a job in your bakery?
Well, you know, we're always looking for a bit of extra part-time help,
yeah?
especially at Christmas. So, right. And I know I've got your number now. There we go, onto the tray.
Mine's a bit bowed, but there we are.
That adds to this sort of the charm.
Not bad for a first attempt, is it?
No, very good.
This to me is the best part of the pork pie, and it's the jelly. And the jelly's made from boiling these pig's trotters for about 4 hours, just in water, nothing else. They have a unique flavoured jelly. Reduce it down slightly and it will set. And to me, this is fabulous. Dad, eat your heart out.
Back on the track, gonna do it my way.
Right, so these have come out of the oven. They're still warm, I can feel that.
They've been here for about an hour
About
now.
an hour at room temperature.
Yes.
Then what happens?
We fill them with the jelly. We make a couple of holes.
Right,
One lets the jelly in, the other lets the air out.
good point, yeah.
And then in goes the jelly.